Okay, so here I go, drinking the completely safe and not at all harmful fluids that have totally not been tested on humans, but you know, I'm willing to for the first time, because I'm a hasty and anxious woman, a little bit on the bit of a mental fritz at the moment, and I don't care. My hair's supposed to be up, I don't have a bubble. What? Oh. Oh my. Oh. 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 Huh. Oh. Oh. Yes, I'm clearly evil now, because I took off my glasses and let my hair down. No. All it took was a ridiculous sugary drink. So I just came from a film. Okay, that's not the greatest opening line of the century, but I just came from a film that makes you do this kind of reaction. Yeah, I just came from the freaking amazing... I'm gonna give you a clue here, just like transform myself. Yeah, this makes me hipster by doing this, you know that, right? Right here, yeah, just right... Yeah. I just came from Spider-Man. First thing I noticed when I was watching Spider-Man in 3D is that, you know, when you're wearing your glasses and you get an itchy nose, you kind of feel like Peter Parker. Don't get me wrong, the film itself wasn't bad or anything, it was just the way they did certain things, and some things were so unbelievably unlogical. And yeah, this is a superhero movie, it's meant to be unlogical, but I'm talking about freaking Unicorn. Not that I'm insulting them, but Unicorn illogical. You know what I'm saying? My first real issue with the film... Oh my god, my tongue flew. Now, my first real issue with the film came around about the time Peter Parker starts turning into Spider-Man. Now, everything's pretty normal, you know, he has the whole shakes and sweats thing, gets a little bit whoopy, realises he's sticking to stuff. It's a bad interpretation. But it's when he has like a real episode of being all spidery. He's on a subway, you know, like they do in America. In London we have the tube. But I think the worst part was when he kind of like passes out a little bit and then he wakes up and his spider sense tingles to the point where he flips, like sticks to the roof, and all these people are just looking at him like, what the frick, you're on the roof. That's not the issue here. It's the fact that he's on the roof and then he drops down, and then after he drops down, next thing you know, he's beating up all these people, and afterwards they're more concerned about the fact that these people got beat up than the fact that this freaking 18-year-old student was just on the roof. Did anybody miss that? I was looking at the reactions of the characters and thinking, did they forget the part where he's up to the roof, or, you know, did you miss that? Because I'm pretty sure your shocked face earlier on showed you saw it, but now you seem to be more bothered about the fact that he just beat up your druggy friend than the fact that he was on the flaming roof. The roof! Now, before I go any further, I don't want you to think I'm some sort of Spider-Man hating hoe, or that, you know, Stan Lee did me over by sleeping with me and then never returning my call. That was Terrence Stamp. Actually, I kind of really adore comic book films. I'm a superhero whore. You know, I open my legs for pretty much anything with a cape these days. And for any of you people that think I've got a grudge against comic books and the whole nerdism war, don't think that at all, because quite frankly, I'm an unusual type of girl. My next thing that me and my friend noticed, I'm gonna call it skateboard logic. Peter Parker has just discovered that he's Spider-Man, so he does the whole experimenting with his new abilities thing. And so he's playing around and he thinks it'd be quite cool to do a few tricks on his skateboard. He goes into this abandoned, I think it was a warehouse. Anyway, he jumps off this like giant thing, scaffolding I think it was, and as he jumps, he flies through the air and he kind of just like lands on his skateboard and skates off. Now, I don't think you really need a physics degree to figure out there was something wrong with this. And it was the fact that he jumps off this massive roof and the pressure alone of landing onto that plank of wood surely would have snapped it, or at least his legs. But I accept that he's Spider-Man, so that's not going to happen, so he would have broke the skateboard. Do you see what I'm saying here? But no, because, you know, in the land of unicorns and not just Spider-Man, it's a combined world where much more is possible. Physics doesn't count. And he just trolls off. He should have obliterated the skateboard. I didn't understand the physics logic of that. No, you are right. I need to calm down. I'm sorry. I have a friend who's a physician. He gets in my head sometimes. David Robinson, this is all on you. I can say that because he's never going to watch this. This one seriously bugged me. He's having a big showdown with the lizard, and basically the lizard pins him on the floor. And you know he's got that whole chest thing going on with the spider. It's kind of his symbol. If you're watching Spider-Man, you should probably already know that. So Lizard does this thing, and say that's his chest emblem. Kind of like digs his hands in and like full on just crawls at it like that, and Peter screams because it really hurts. Anyway, later on he's with Gwen Stacy, and there's just one thing about this scene that unbelievably annoyed me, and not just me, generally I think the whole cinema noticed this. The claw motion had been sort of like this, yet when you looked at Peter's chest, instead of where the emblem was, that wasn't the only issue. The clawing started here, and I was like, that wasn't it. It was like kind of like a scratch mark, and it was going like a slash. In what part of the world where you get attacked like this do you produce scars that go like this? It looked like he was a freaking scout brigade, you know, like he was doing his brownie's honour in blood. That's sick. I shouldn't say that kind of thing, but it did. It just didn't make sense. As far as superficial wounds go in films, I'm sorry, but they can do better than that. Try and at least remember where they got attacked. I mean, I'm an amateur at this filming thing, and even I could figure out that if I hit myself in the face, I wouldn't have a neck bone sticking out like here. That was my ass, but you couldn't see it because the camera didn't pan there, but yeah, neck bone there. That's got about as much logical sense as this unicorn film. I'm gonna go now because I don't have any more points without like getting hyper again. I'm just gonna go now. That's my bye expression. I don't know what that is. I'm Spider-Maning you. Go it! Shabam! No, honestly, Ron, it's Wingardium Leviosa, not Wingardium Leviosa. And remember, it's swish and flick. Well, you'll be wishing you listened to me if any trolls come along. Precious! This has got nothing to do with soup, it's just like a paint stirrer that I found. Makes a pretty good wand. I might actually go back inside now. It's kind of like, you know, 1 in the morning.